What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Living Freed channel. My name is Tyler Freed, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about how it's so important to have a long-term approach to your trucking career. If you're somebody that's looking at the trucking industry as a potential career path, you need to understand something that I'm going to be talking about in this video. So if you're new to the channel, please like the video, sub to the channel, and stay tuned till the very end so that you get my entire point. If you're somebody that's already subscribed, like the video. It helps the channel out. It helps with the YouTube algorithm if you like the video. And so why am I going to be talking about this? Because I think a lot of people that I talk to that are new to trucking, or even a lot of people that have way more experience in trucking than I do, I talk to a lot of people that feel lost. They feel like this career is not worth it. They feel like they're just wasting their life away out here. And I am somebody who firmly believes that that is the fault of yourself, honestly. That is the fault of yourself, meaning you did not come into trucking with a plan, with a goal. You have nothing you're out here driving for. You're just not. You're just out here driving, making money, spending money, and you have no plan at all. You also have no plan for what you're going to do in trucking. See, I talk a lot about on this channel about saving, investing, getting out of debt. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but I'm also going to talk about how you need to have a plan for trucking in general. What do you want to do in trucking? What do you want to do with your actual career? How much money do you actually want to make in trucking? And see, in order to make a lot of money in trucking, you have to do what other people are not willing to do. If you do what everybody else is doing, you're going to get average pay. But if you do what most people are unwilling to do, and I'll list a couple of those things, but if you're willing to do what most people are unwilling to do, you can make 6 figures plus. You can make 7 figures if you go the business route in trucking. But if you're just starting out, you need to figure out, okay, before you even get into trucking, do your research. Try to do your research on what division you want to do. Do you want to be in flatbed? Do you want to do step deck, heavy haul? Do you want to do dry van? Do you want to do reefer? Do you want to do tanker? Do you want to do hazmat? Do you want to go into the oil fields? Do you want to do construction work? There's so many different things you can do in trucking. Car hauling, that's another one. There's so many different things you can do in trucking, and where you begin in trucking is going to determine what you end up doing in trucking over the long run. I'm in the dry van division, basic dry van division, don't do hazmat, but I am willing to do things such as all 48 over the road. That is how you're going to make the most money in the dry van division, is doing all 48 over the road. If you want to go the business route, you can become an owner-operator, lease onto a company, get your own authority. That's how you would make a ton of money. Or you can train for a company. Those are ways you can make a lot of money in the dry van division. You could do that also with reefer and flatbed and other divisions too. You could do the same thing. But you got to figure out what it is I need to do to make the money I want to make. It's that simple. And you can make a lot of money, but you're going to find out that in order to make the money you think is great or whatever, you're going to have to do what other people are unwilling to do. Like I already said, you are. I would recommend, if you're just getting into the industry, you don't have your license yet, you haven't even taken the permit test yet, get all of your endorsements, your hazmat, your tanker, your doubles, triples, everything. See, and that's another one. You can run LTL freight, doubles and triples. You know, there's great jobs working for companies like UPS, FedEx, Old Dominion. There's tons of great opportunities in trucking. It's just figuring out which one I want to do and stick with. See, I'm sticking with the dry van division, and I have my reasons. I'm not going to get into that in this video because those are my own personal reasons, but I have my reasons why I've stuck with the dry van division. And you got to figure out which one you're going to go into and stick with. And believe me, and a lot of people will say, oh, well, it's not worth it to do dry van or reefer or flatbed. It's not worth it to do. No, every division in trucking is worth it if you make it worth it. You just have to find the right niche within whatever division you're doing. All divisions are going to be hard in trucking no matter what. I don't care which one you do, they're all hard. And I don't care which one you do. They all can pay off tremendously. They can. But you have to take a long-term approach to your trucking career. You have to realize that if you're dancing in and out of companies, you're dancing in and out of divisions, and you never truly master one thing or master working for one company, and you're job hopping, you're division hopping, you're not going to have long-term success in trucking. You're not. You got to get somewhere, stay somewhere, and work that place for a while before you start seeing results. And once you get to where you want to go in trucking, once you get to where, hey, I'm making the money I want to make, it's time to start doing something with this money. Well, that's where you need to get out of debt. You need to save up a 6-month emergency fund and learn to invest your money. That is, now, what do you invest your money in if you're a truck driver? Well, for me, I invest in the stock market. I'm also not opposed to starting your own business in trucking, buying rental property. Just figure out what you want to do with that money. But first and foremost, you got to figure out what you want to do with your career, and you've got to be willing to give trucking a chance too, because honestly, a lot of people quit within the first year. I believe the turnover rate for new truck drivers that just start out, they don't even make it past their first year. 90% of drivers do not make it past their first year. Trucking has a 90% turnover rate for new drivers, and I believe it's because they have no plan, and it's also because trucking is a lot harder than they thought it would be. And the reason they quit is because, again, they have no plan. See, if you have a plan for 5, 10, 15 years as to what you're going to do with trucking, if you have that plan, you have that thing that's motivating you, then you will stick it out for the first year. You'll get through that first year, because the first year is the hardest year. That is where you're learning everything. That is where you're getting your license. That is where you're getting your training. That is where you're learning how to deal with big cities, bad weather, shippers and receivers. You're learning the trick of the trade. You're learning how to manage your time. You're learning how to deal with the not being able to park at the end of the night. You're learning about how to do a lot of things, a lot of the hard things that we have to deal with out here on the road. You are, and being away from family, that's another one. Dealing with how to control your health. Right? And you can control your health. You can control all of these things, but you have to learn how to do that within your first year. You do. And that's why a lot of people quit, because the lifestyle of trucking is so hard. But the thing is if you start out with those goals, do I want to retire from trucking in 10 years? Do I want to become a millionaire in the stock market? Do I want to become a millionaire in real estate? Do I want to buy a truck, start a fleet, whatever? You got to figure that out and figure out what division you're going to stick with, like I alluded to at the beginning of this video. You just got to figure out what it is you want to do and stick with, and give it time. You're not going to accomplish success in trucking in 2 years, in 3 years, even in 5 years. You'll have some level of success in 5 years if you create a plan, stick to it, and don't waver from it. But it's really going to take 10 to 15 years to have true sustained success at anything. At anything. I don't care what field you're in. Trucking is no different. It's just not. It's just not. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that in this video. If you're new, or if you're somebody that's been in trucking for a long time and you feel like you're lost out here, create a plan. Figure out what you want to accomplish in life. And I would say, what do you want to accomplish in life financially? Because if you set up your finances correctly, you will have options to do the things you really want to do. That's the reason I talk about finance on here so much. And it's because, again, I want people to have options. I have options by doing what I've been doing over the last 5 years. And I know that anybody can create those options for themselves as long as they create a plan and stay disciplined and follow that plan. See, I have my goals set for what I want to do with trucking. I have my goals set for what I want to do with the money I make in trucking. And you've got to have that same thing. You've got to have that same thing, because it's not going to be worth it. You're going to feel like a rat in a wheel. You're going to feel like a slave out here, just driving, making money, spending it, and not getting anywhere. So anyway, that's my message for the day. I hope everybody is having a great day. I hope everybody's having or has a great week that's watching this video. And make sure you stay tuned for the next video. God bless, peace out, and thank you for watching.